I hope you are doing well. Thank you for being patient with me for a few days while I got some stuff done. Oof, girl. So we're going. If you see me looking over here, I just want to let you know I have my laptop up, so I wanted to make sure that we kind of followed everything that you had talked about in your email. But I also have a tarot spread up here for spirit guides, a spirit guide spread, and I have not done this before, so I thought, heck, we'll try it out and see how it is. If you don't like it, let me know. We can do something different. But yeah, I figured we would kind of try something here and see how it works out. So, I'm using something called a fairy tale deck. This is, it's got the standard tarot card deck, like a Smith Rider Waite deck. It's the same thing, but it's a lot more colorful. I also really like that it's pretty like a fairy tale and stories and fun things like that. I really love stuff like that. So, the spirit guide spread is 5 cards, and each one of them will represent something, and we will take a look at it as a whole. I'm just gonna hold up the cards to you. I'm not gonna necessarily show the spread because it's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like it's lined up against each other. It's not necessarily anything like how, I don't know, sometimes they make really intricate, cool looking tarot spreads, but this one's just a kind of standard one. But I'm rambling. Sorry. I'm rambling. All right, so the first card is going to represent your guide. So, so this is the Four of Pentacles. Um, this is actually a really cool card because it reminds me, honestly, of this is something I would identify with. This is a fire dancer. That's actually my Native American given name is fire dancer. But this is a particularly powerful card because it looks like your spirit guide has intervened on your behalf multiple times as far as keeping you safe. I also feel like they are very grounded. They're very understanding of what it's like to be a human, and especially to you. There's a wonderful connection to you. I don't know if this particular spirit guide was human or not, because that can happen. But they walk between both worlds. If you can see the negative space that is in the background, it makes up a heart, which is very much telling me that this is a great spirit guide for you. They're full of heart, they're full of fire, they're full of protection, but they wander through both worlds, this world and the other world, very, very easily. Like this is really interesting because it's like without effort, without too much, but they also hear everything that you're saying. But your spirit guide, this one in particular, is very powerful, like very raw, very like old god type thing, like very, I don't know how else to say it. It's just very of the earth, very much like I literally came from the earth type thing. So very, very strong spirit guide that you have here. I bet you could connect with this particular spirit guide by just literally going outside and walking barefoot in grass. If you're not allergic, I am horribly allergic. Or just even just sitting outside when it's nice and just kind of talking out loud to them. Now, I am seeing more of a male energy here, but I don't necessarily think that that's it. I really do think it's like almost like a non-binary situation where your spirit guide embodies both male and female, but presents very much to me as male energy right now, but that won't always be the case. So if you see or talk to a spirit guide of yours that very much is of two spirit, Do you have native blood in you? Because I do. And this is very much a native um, type situation. Like two spirit, everything. That's really interesting. If you feel like letting me know, because that's pretty interesting. Um, so I think you can literally just go sit outside and talk and get messages from this particular spirit guide. I'm not getting a name right now because you do have more than one. It's really just like, hey, just call me Sunflower. But that's also another clue of Native American influence. That's really interesting. At the very least, this is what your guide is, and your guide is very much wanting to remind you of your roots. Um, so if you have never done a family tree before, I think you should. I think this is something that you should do and really look into it specifically on your mother's grandma's line. I don't know why. I think you're going to find out some very interesting information, but keeps going back to remember, go back to your roots, remember your roots, make things simple. Don't overcomplicate them, especially when it comes to meeting and greeting and talking to spirit guides. Don't overcomplicate it. It is very simple. I mean, that's what they're telling me. It's very, very simple. You don't have to jump through hoops or anything like that. It can simply just be like, if you feel like going outside and having like a cup of tea or something and just talking with them, they'll be there and listen. And they'll be there to hear you too. It's just really fascinating that I just keep hearing, look at your family tree to get who this particular guide is, because this guide comes from your mother's grandmother's line. So it would be like your great grandma, great grandma, or great great grandma, at least a great grandma. We'll put a pin in that. All right. Number two, the message your guide would like to give you in this moment. All right. Cool. So let's see. Wow. I like this. So this is the Ace of Pentacles. This is one of the most luckiest cards that you can get in the deck. And this just gave me a feeling of like pure love and pure light. This is an offering to you from your spirit guides to take the light that they have been giving you. So you are getting messages, and we'll definitely go over like the weird thing with the bird that happened. But you're definitely getting messages from your spirit guides and your angels and things around you. And they're like, allow us to give you our light, allow us to give you our wisdom and our counsel. And it's just honestly, this is a very beautiful card to me because it just feels like this is a gift, and this is something you do have a gift. I feel like that's something that they're also trying to help you open up and recognize is your gift that you have. But it's so, this is like pure beauty. Like this is really, I want to connect with you. I want to know your heart. Like they know you really well, but they also want that back and forth with you. So look for the light. And I know that sounds cheesy, but you're gonna see things happening around you that are little bits of light here and there. Clearly, if it gets bad, see a doctor. But I think you're going to see little sparks of light in your eyes. And it'll last a few seconds. And then you're going to either get a high pitch in your ear or you're going to see something around you. That's your spirit guides doing that to you. Now, clearly, again, like if this is something that's happening all the time, you want to get your eyes checked. But it's not that I don't think that's going to be the case at all, but I just feel like your guides are right now telling you, like, look, we're here. We're here. Accept our gift. Take my hand. Let's do this. something your guide has been trying to convey to you that you have not been receptive to in the past. So that's the third card. Wow. Okay, so this is the Four of Cups? Five of Cups. This is the Five of Cups. So you do all, I mean, this could, wow. So your angels or guides are literally behind you in this, and they have gifts in their hands, they have wisdom in their hands, and you're reaching up, but you're just not quite making the connection there. So, what I am seeing here is in the past, they have been trying to fill you with knowledge. They have been trying to give you different information that will make your day to day life easier, but also overall spiritually, like I typically, this card is surrounded by a person who has drank four of the five cups and is not drinking the last one. A little bit different here, but that typically means that there is resistance in getting the gift or getting the messages that your spirit guide is trying to tell you. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of wisdom here that they have for you. I mean, again, I'm seeing ancestry again, like very much in your ancestry, but also like literal day-to-day things, things that will make it easier, things to make your everyday life easier. Um, there's something about a little boy that there's information surrounding by with them that they wanted to tell you, but they never had a chance to, or had that connection. But that will come through. That's not for me to know. They're telling me that's not for me to know, and that's totally fine. But you will know what they are talking about. So there is going to be some information coming to you about a little boy. And I'm seeing like little boy, like less than 5. Um, but yeah, I think it's just so interesting that there's two back here, and we've seen two, so that's pretty interesting. That's a good card. Okay, so number 4, how to be more open to messages from your guides in the future. And this is the Two of Cups or the 11 of Cups. It's hard to tell. Sometimes I don't remember how to read Roman numbers, but this is the cups. Roman numerals. So how to be more open. This is telling me to how to be more open is allow them to fill your cup. So don't go to them when you are so exhausted or you need to rest or recuperate. So what I mean by don't go to them is like don't necessarily expect a good conversation to happen. If you are really tired, if you're hurting, you're sick, you've had a shit day, like don't. It's one of those things where you do need to be a little bit more calm and balanced to be able to speak to them. You will get to a point where this can happen, where you're sick or pissed or whatever that's happening, and you'll be able to talk to them, but not yet. You need to kind of establish with them that the first type of connection where you guys are speaking to one another and being able to receive the gifts that they are giving you, which is them helping fill your cup, allow them to do that too. I feel like they want to give you divine energy, but they also want to give you calmness. They want to give you they want to it's like a wave that will come over you of everything's good, everything's calm, and that's what they want to do for you. So one of the things that you can do right now, and like I said, this will change, is try to be relaxed and open when you speak to them right now, and then you will be able to go back later in, like I said, once you've kind of established a relationship with them, then you will be able to go back and have the, you know, anger times, happy times, sick times, all of that. So, um, let's see. Number 5 is, what is the guide helping you? What is this guide helping you with on your path? Sorry, there's literally like a dash that I couldn't see. All right, so this is the Emperor of Pentacles. So this is somebody that is a very strong person. So you do have somebody that is male energy. Does not necessarily mean it's a male, but male energy in your life that is very powerful, maybe even overwhelming. And while that is in place, it's not always a bad thing that it's overwhelming, but they're taking life force from you. I'm not saying they're doing it on purpose, but they are taking some sort of life force for you because their presence is so overwhelming and it's commanding. I feel like it drains you, and I feel that you get confused when you're around this very strong personality, because it's your wants, your needs, your thoughts about things that you want to do for yourself get muddled. And I think if you look back, you're going to find that this happens very much when you're with this person. I don't think this is somebody that you're necessarily around every single day, but this is somebody that's a large influence in your life. And I really do feel like, is this really my dreams, or is this somebody else's? Is this what I want to do, or is this what an expectation is of somebody else? Is this fair, or is this fulfilling somebody else's thoughts and dreams about what I should be doing? That's what your guide is kind of trying to help you with right now, is trying to move you to this path that is yours and very much yours, like standing on top of a, tall building and shouting, this is my life and this is what I'm going to do and this is what I'm happy about, and it is all me. So I really think that's what the plan is right now, is to connect with you, but also to help you see clearer if this is really what you want, as opposed to what you believe that you should be doing due to an outside source. Now, I do want to say there is, of course, a possibility this outside source is not a human. It could be something else that is, I'll just give an example, a job that is so not what you want to do, but you're there and you feel like you have to stay there until X, Y, and Z happens, but it's not what you want, but you kind of convince yourself that it is because you got bills to pay, you got, yada 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 going on. That's kind of what I mean. I'm not necessarily saying that's it, but that's, if it's not a particular person, it will be something as much as work, like as much effort as you put into work. Let's see. So let's look at the strange things that have been happening. You had a bird jump from the floor into your semi-truck window. Wow. That is, let me see what that is. Because birds are typically not a bad omen at all. I don't know if you told me what type of bird it was. Let's see if we knew if it was a white bird or if it was like a raven. Let's see. I don't remember. The type of bird can say a lot. So, oddly enough, if you have a bird fly into your house, that usually is a bad omen. But this didn't fly into your house. This flew from the floor into your semi truck and then the windshield. Wow. I wouldn't necessarily take that as your home either. Let's look, because that's interesting. Kind of what I thought. Okay. This is the Three of Pentacles. I'm sorry, Four of Pentacles. And what you see is almost what I thought. I really feel like it goes back to the original card that was kind of deflective, like your guide bouncing things away from you. That's what it feels like happened. I feel like that wasn't necessarily a good message for you. I think I just keep hearing it was deflected, like boom, I went away. I I got in like a goalie in a soccer game was like, I stopped it. That's what it feels like. I feel like your guide, the particular one we're talking about today, stepped in and blocked it, um, because it wasn't a good message. I'm not saying that it was a negative thing that was going to be said. What I'm saying it wasn't a good message is it's telling me that it's gonna sound weird. Um, when you get more open and more spiritual, and again, this is going back to your ancestry, um, you have lower things, lower dimension, lower vibration things try to get to you. And that is something I have seen in many different occasions. And this was your guide, like blocking that from happening to you. So they kind of took the hit so you didn't have to. Um, what I mean by lower vibrations is entities that are not kind, but some of them are just annoying, like little tricksters, but it's it's always been like a test. It's like, okay, you are opening up to the light, you're opening up to the good things, you're seeing things more with a third eye than you have in the past, and that attracts the good and the bad. I think the lesson in this is to kind of shield things around you. And if let me know if anything like this happens again, and we will go into how to shield. But right now, the easiest thing you can do is just imagine a white light around you, and that is power. That is you putting power into it and keeping you safe and only attracting good, not negative. And I know that sounds weird, but I really do feel like your guide like deflected this, like grabbed it and threw it away. So you weren't going to get affected by it, but it came in the form of a bird. Oh, it is a white bird. Okay. I'm going to have to look that up a little bit more, but I still have that gut feeling. That was my gut feeling. And then you dreamt of your dad. Okay. Let's see what kind of messages your dad had for you. Okay. Whoop. So I pulled out these two right away. We'll kind of go there. We're gonna go, like, what I mean go there, we're gonna go to this one first. This one is, what is this? The Seven of Swords. This one, typically, in the traditional deck, it looks like somebody who is going on a trip. This is travel, but this isn't travel in our world. This is traveling in an astral dimension. This is you astral traveling. You actually are you're going across the River of Styx to speak to your father. Again, I know that sounds crazy, but all of this stuff exists. Um, you took a ride to go talk to your dad in your dreams. And the thing is, you've done this before, but you're going to be doing this a lot more now. This is the ferryman. This is also somebody that you would equate to death. However, this is not a dangerous nor deviant being that is going to harm you in any sort of way. This is just the person who drives the boat. And when you travel, you are traveling with them. And again, it's not, I know it sounds scarier than what it looks like and what it may seem, but it's actually really peaceful because it's almost like a protection around you. So when you do this traveling at night, you're actually going on journeys to other worlds, other dimensions, the other side, and you are having conversations with the dead and things like that. So this is the Nine of Pentacles. Um, this looks like to me, I know some people will look at this and think it's a corpse, but it's not. It's just a person who needs some rest, but she's also getting grounding on the actual pentagrams itself, which tells me that they're trying to use the power around them to generate energy. Um, I'm having a little harder time connecting with this, which um, I'm almost having a door shut in my face, and because this is not for me to know about you and your dad right now. Your dad, very, very private, very much like, I want to speak to you. He wants to speak to you. He wants to communicate with you, but only you. And right now, um, that's not as easy as it sounds because there needs to be a few more things open up with you for that to happen. Now, I'm assuming your dad has passed on, but if not, obviously there's energy, but it is really, really like there's a large door that is like heavy and old, and it's just been shut very slowly, and it's like, nope, nope. He didn't know me either, so I understand why that would be a little difficult. Like, I'm all drained all of a sudden. He doesn't want me to. He doesn't want me to talk to him yet, and that's fine. We'll get there. Um, I think the biggest thing from this particular reading is to remember that you have some amazing heritage and you have wonderful spirit guides around you, and I just keep hearing simplify it, don't make it too hard, you know, come with an open heart. They have gifts for you, they have communication for you and lessons. I do, I am going to look into a white bird to see if we can kind of narrow down possibly a meeting outside of what I'm getting. I still think I'm correct about it, but the particular bird might give us another message. But I'm sorry, I'm not really getting anything with your dad outside of a nope, not right now. Whew, okay. Please let me know if you have any other questions, and like I said, I will upload this for you, and this is yours as long as you like. All right, it was so good reading for you, and I hope everything is good, and I will talk to you later.